Welcome to No Hacks Max, a series of short interviews with experimenters, optimizers, marketers, and product builders from all over the world. In this one, I talked to my friend from Serbia, Luka Nikolić, about the evolution of conversion optimization services. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this in the future. Luka, I have a question for you. How will conversion optimization services evolve over the next few years?
That's a great one. I've been thinking about that a lot, actually, because you see CRO kind of going mainstream, and I expect that to be more and more the case. It's kind of like, as a discipline, we are at the same kind of stage of development right now as, I don't know, PPC marketing was however many years ago, maybe SEO at some point, in that it's kind of seen as a silver bullet. And obviously, as the industry matures, I feel like this is going to be more, let's say, you're going to have several different kinds of, service providers popping up. Obviously, we've got CRO agencies of all kinds, but the thing is that, to me, it seems like there will come a point where CRO will become a thing that's kind of done as a standalone service. At the moment, I see it being offered in most cases as kind of an add-on. You and I both know of examples of agencies that kind of know that this is, or to them it seems like this is just another acronym to tick off the list, and you now offer CRO. Great, you can upsell it as sort of another service in your package. But I think I've had a couple of LinkedIn discussions with some people I respect lately. It's kind of becoming, I think Sheldon from Inavi said that it's a badge of honor now to be sort of a dedicated CRO provider, whether as a freelancer or as an agency. There's more and more value in it sort of becoming the only thing that you do. And I think it makes sense given how complex the service is, right? Because CRO is not really something that you can do on your own. There's so much to it, right? From research to design, development, QA, analysis, all the rest of it. It's really process driven. So it's more a mindset and a process than it is just kind of like a channel as it's usually perceived. So that's, I think, like the main evolutionary arc I see happening is it becoming seen for what it is more and more, and kind of, I guess, service providers capitalizing on this in all sorts of ways. Of course, you're still going to have your snake oil salesman, which I know is a topic near and dear to your heart from one of the previous podcasts. So those are never going away, but at the same time, I feel like there will be more space for people who approach CRO the way it's meant to be approached,
Right.
Especially in the e-commerce space, because that's kind of the match made in heaven, right? But also at the same time, you've got the other strand of discussions, which is more about CRO being absorbed into other roles. This is mainly the case, I guess, in enterprise, in-house environments, where you've got, product owners kind of, again, adopting CRO is more of a methodology, and you're expecting people to be data-driven by default, as opposed to having people that specialize in being data-driven, right? So I guess there's a lot of sides to the story, many angles that you can look at it from. But if we're talking about e-commerce specifically, which is kind of where I am at the moment, at least, I feel like there's going to be definitely more providers, but at the same time, I think we're about to see more rigorous approaches popping up and sort of people doing it the right way.
And you mentioned the experience of adding CRO as a bonus service. We both had that in our career. We both worked for companies that did that. So my take is that really from CRO is going, or has to go from, would you like fries with that, with CRO being the fries, to, dude, you're getting fries with your main dish. I don't care if you want them or not. Like, this is the way. Like, this is how I cook. I don't care. You can leave them, but you're getting fries no matter what. I think starting, and this is from that work experience in the past, starting with optimization mindset, conversion optimization, experimentation mindset, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people will call it different things, that has to be in the room in the first meeting with the client. If you're just going to do something, whether that's a PPC, SEO, build the website, and then, hey, let's make it better now. No, that's a very tough sell, at least from my experience. So why is this change happening now?
Right. I mean, I think more and more clients are kind of starting to understand the implications for the entire buyer journey that CRO has. So it's no longer seen as just, again, like you mentioned, an add-on. People understand that now if you want lower customer acquisition costs, you need to optimize your website and your landing page, like the post-click experience. So there's a whole lot of that going on. And I definitely, I agree. Like it's becoming its own thing in that sort of clients and agencies are starting more and more to understand that you need a dedicated group of people to do just this one thing, because again, it has repercussions for your entire buying journey. And I would even go as far as to suggest, or I guess maybe hypothesize that in the future, once the discipline is mature enough, we'll even see sort of hyper-focused service providers in the CRO space that maybe do, let's say, just research, for example. I actually had a LinkedIn post just yesterday about this. I'm not sure how much, like whether or not it's going to happen. It's maybe just wishful thinking on my end. But you already have, agencies that specialize, for example, in just A/B test development, right? So maybe that value chain of activities is going to get even more decoupled, where you get sort of people just like, doing, let's say, qualitative data analysis that can then be leveraged across acquisition, conversion, and retention. Maybe not. I think, like, again, we're still in, I would say the discipline is still in its infancy, where everyone and their dog is offering it as kind of like, okay, we do this, we do CRO as well, even though it's just...
No, it's usually we do A/B testing. Like that's how it is.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Can do A/B tests. Yeah,
exactly. But as people learn more about it and understand the whole research side of it, the design, development, QA, everything that goes with it, I think we might even see at some point, again, providers kind of specializing in some of these parts of the process. But as of now, I think it's definitely more on the whole kind of full package end of the spectrum. And that makes sense because, again, we're still kind of growing as an industry. And there are some great agencies out there. There are some less than great. But overall, I think it's an upward trend and we're going in the right direction.
So you think this is the right move and this is the right way for the industry to shift? That is the key, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, I don't really know, but there seems to be more and more demand for what we do. So that's good. Some would argue that, in fact, it's already a mature space. But again, I'm not really sure. My impression is that people are just still kind of discovering what experimentation can do for their business. And I'm really excited for the years to come.
Thank you for the interview, Luka.